Parrish, Florida? What is that?
Huh?
Obviously, if you do know about Parrish, then this is going to be no surprise. And this video is going to probably help you a little bit. But if you don't know about Parrish, you're about to right now. Check it out on the map. Look at the location. That's what's so great about Parrish. If you're working in any of the major cities, Sarasota, St. Pete, Tampa, or even MacDill Air Force Base, you are within a 45-minute drive. If you're over in Lakewood Ranch, maybe you work in Lakewood Ranch, maybe you work in Sarasota, you're 25 minutes away. You got to drive a little bit further up into Tampa, you got to drive a little bit further into St. Pete, and of course you got to go all the way up and around and down to MacDill Air Force Base. But it might be worth it when I show you what I'm about to show you. So imagine 5 years ago, all farmland, but now it's bulldozers and big trucks and heavy machinery because it's moving land and creating infrastructure. Like they're building and rebuilding the infrastructure to make sure it can handle the amount of properties being built. There are so many big names in the area building. You have Centex and KB with neighborhoods. D.R. Horton's got a really big, awesome neighborhood there. But I want to talk about the 3 neighborhoods that are really going to put Parrish on the map. Number 1, Metro Places. It's a lagoon community. If you haven't been familiarized with lagoon communities, I'm going to put like a little link down in the description so you can go to the Metro Places website and see all the different Metro Places locations. Metro Places builds an attraction, and it's a lagoon. And in some places it's like a 7-acre lagoon, some places it's 14 acres, and some places it's kind of hit or miss all the way around the board. But with that attraction comes people, because everybody loves those lagoon communities. And what's nice about it, even though the beaches are within like a 45-minute drive, all the major beaches, all the beaches that are the best in the country, you can go in your backyard to the man-made lagoon and swim all you want without sitting in 1 minute of traffic. So what's bringing all the major builders and all the developers to the area? Obviously, freeway, infrastructure, proximity to major cities, and proximity to those beaches I mentioned earlier. Anna Maria Island, incredible. This beach and this area with Coquina Beach and Bradenton Beach, I mean, this area is beautiful. It's very beachy, very touristy, and very popular. And we can't leave out Siesta Key. Siesta Key is only 25, 30 minutes away from Parrish. And Siesta Key, you can get to the softest sand in the world and one of the #1 beaches in the country. Also, Clearwater. You can get there. You got to pass St. Pete. So if it's me, I'm stopping in St. Pete. I like St. Pete. I like St. Pete Beach. I like Upham Beach, which is an extension of St. Pete Beach. But all of those beaches are great. You will not be lacking for any sandy beaches, that's for sure. But to explain where you are, you're east of I-75, you're west of 301, and you're right off of a road called Moccasin Wallow. And up and down that road, you're going to see tons of development. Obviously, the lagoon community that I mentioned. Number 2 that I want to talk about is Del Webb Bayview. There's a couple builders that have been there for a few years. They saw the writing on the wall with Parrish, so they kind of got there early and stuck their flag in the ground. But what's great about it is Del Webb Bayview is almost done, but there's about 400 or 450 homes left to sell upon making this video. There's a lot of opportunity still in there to buy. They're about halfway sold out. Total of right around 900 homes. The experience with Del Webb starts when you pull up to the grand entrance. Del Webb Bayview, big waterfall sign, American flag flying high and proud. It is a beautiful sight. And then once you go through that gate, it gets better and better and better. And if you get a chance to go in the model park, go in the model homes, see the receptionist, and then see 5 or 6 different homes that are there for you so you can see every single floor plan they offer. And then once you talk to the receptionist or the sales staff, they're going to give you a guest pass. The guest pass that gets you in the community center and the amenity center. And if you hang to the left, there's this big amazing gym. And if you're to the right, there's conference rooms, banquet rooms. It's just a beautiful facility. But more importantly, you walk out the back. When you walk out the back, you have multiple pools. Some of the pools are resistant pools. Some of them have shade over them. Some have zero entry. It's kind of anything you ever want is sitting right there. If you look over to the left, when you're back by the pools, you can see people enjoying the pickleball courts, the bocce ball courts. And then if you look over to the right, you're going to see the bar and the restaurant. And I even got a chance to take a look at the menu. And the menu is very reasonable. And you can't help but notice when you are out there eating or drinking, having a cocktail, this beautiful pond with fountains right behind you, completing the perfect image. That's Del Webb. They've been there for a few years working on Parrish, selling Parrish, even though Parrish was nothing, and it's becoming very much something. And now to number 3, a ranch community. If you don't know what a ranch community is, it's a master plan community, and most of them have the word ranch in them. Most of them. Some of them don't, like Waterset in Apollo Beach doesn't say Waterset Ranch, but Fishhawk Ranch does, Starkey Ranch, Lakewood Ranch, Babcock Ranch. There's a lot of ranches. Well, today we're going to talk about North River Ranch. North River Ranch is made up of some really solid builders. West Bay, Pulte, David Weekley, Neal Communities. They all do a really good job. See, Neal Land developed the area. They developed those communities. So they did an extra great job because the amenity centers that they're building or have built are wonderful. And the outdoor active equipment that they put on site is amazing too. You can get a full workout outside, stationary bikes and all, right inside your community. Not to mention there's gonna be about 6,000 homes, 25 miles plus of walking trails. It's quite the place, and you have to check it out. But Lakewood Ranch price point is much higher than North River Ranch, and it's only about a 20-minute difference. Same county, but here's the difference. The difference is Lakewood Ranch has been established, and the shopping area is there, and the hospital is there, and the schools are all built. With Parrish, you gotta be patient for a few things. For example, Publix. Publix is getting built right at the mouth, right in the front of North River Ranch. But about 3 miles down the road, there's another Publix, and it's up and running. So you don't have to go far for groceries. You don't have to go far for sushi. You don't have to go far for coffee, because there's a new coffee shop called The Blend. And I gotta tell you a story about The Blend. Stacia, who owns The Blend, this is her 5th coffee shop. Now, from what I hear, she moved to Florida about 4 years ago with her daughter. And her daughter had this idea, let's open up some coffee shops, or let's open up a coffee shop. And 1 turned to 2, turned to now 5. But if 3 of them are in St. Pete and 1's in Tampa, she might be onto something putting 1 right here in Parrish, if you catch my drift. It's actually in Palmetto. So that Publix that's over down by 75 is actually considered Palmetto, but it is the entry to Parrish. Like you get off that freeway and you're there. The coffee shop, it's called The Blend, Coffee and Cocktails. Yes, everything that I just said. They have cocktails if you feel like it, they have coffee, and they have some wonderful food. And Stacia is a pleasure to talk to. So if you get a chance, say hi to Stacia, stop in, grab a coffee, and support her local business. It's fantastic. But you're not always going to want to drive 3 miles down the road. Obviously, the Publix that's going to be right front and center is going to have a lot of shops too. And across from that is called the Village Center. The Village Center is going to be shopping and food. It's going to be the hub of Parrish. Everything. There's even going to be a small college campus. There's going to be a 150-bed hospital. There's going to be a new park across from the high school with an amphitheater. All of that's getting built as we speak. If you are trying to get information about Parrish, let me know. Call me, text me. This number here will get me directly to me, and I'll be able to help you out because we're in the builders every single week. We talk to all the builders, we tour the neighborhoods, we get community updates. Everything Parrish is kind of our thing. We want to know everything about this up and coming community because it's so popular. So let's rewind a minute. 6,000 homes in North River Ranch, about 1,000 at Del Webb, and 3,000 around the lagoon. That's not counting the townhomes, that's not counting the apartments over in Palmetto, that's not counting Centex, that's not counting Bella Lago, by D.R. Horton. There's so many developments right around there, but those three that I mentioned make up 10,000 homes. What I see a lot of people leaving Lakewood and buying in Parrish, because if you could go back in time and buy in Lakewood 10 years ago, you would be sitting very pretty right now. Because see what happens when you build. Typically the prices will go up and up and up, and the builder will release new sections. And as the village center gets built, the hospital, the small college campus, the new schools, as all that gets built and put in place, the prices will go up naturally, because it's a supply and demand. People are going to want to live there, and they're going to pay the price to do it. It is that hot of a location. So right now, I'm going to jump over to my computer screen. We're going to compare Lakewood Ranch pricing versus North River Ranch pricing. And the only difference is Lakewood Ranch is far along in the game, and Parrish is not. Lakewood Ranch is all built out in conveniences and shopping and bars and restaurants, and North River Ranch doesn't have all that yet, but it's on its way. So as I mentioned, I want to show you a comparison. There are a lot of comparisons because there's a lot of different builders, but I'm grabbing just one, David Weekly Homes. They're in Lakewood Ranch, and they're also in North River Ranch. So let's start with North River Ranch, that's Parrish, and Meadowbrook. This Meadowbrook is the same Meadowbrook that's located in Lakewood Ranch. It's the same. There might be a couple little features, not $150,000 worth though. It's just the location, the fact that Lakewood Ranch has been built up. And I'm sure one day back in the day, the Meadowbrook was also this price over in Lakewood Ranch, but it's not now. So the Meadowbrook is starting at $4,449, and the Applause is $451.9. What we're going to do now is we're going to shift over, right over to Lakewood Ranch and look at the same floor plans. Let's see what we got. So as you can see, this is Lakewood Ranch. And in Lakewood Ranch, the same exact floor plan is sitting at $599,990, and the Applause is at $620,990. That's just one comparison. Again, 20 minutes away, the biggest difference being Lakewood Ranch is developed. Parrish is getting developed. So that's the biggest thing you're going to see here. So now that you saw that, let's get back to the main video. There is one place I want to highlight though. It's called the Grayson. If you take Moccasin Wallow west past I-75 and you take a left, there's a shopping center. You're going to find like an American Honey, which is an ice cream coffee shop type thing. But over in the leftmost part of the shopping center is a place called the Grayson. And it's another interesting conversation I had with the owner. So the owner's name is Russell. He used to be part owner of the Daiquiri Decks. And the Daiquiri Decks are the big, awesome daiquiri bars that you can find at all the major beaches. So the guy's a smart businessman. He's been doing this for years. He sold his portion because he wanted to open up the Grayson. And it's an upscale sports bar. The food is fantastic. The service is fantastic. It is a really, really good place. So if you are in town, stop by the Grayson, tell Russell we said hi. He's a great guy. So the best part of the story is Russell, just like Stacia, has that business sense, that gut feeling. And when you see what's happening in Parrish, and you're a business person, you're going to have that gut feeling too. It's the place to be. If you're looking to be part of something bigger, if you're looking to get in early to something, you need to check out Parrish, Florida. So to summarize this whole thing, Parrish is the hidden gem. It's absolutely the hidden gem. And if I would have known about it, my whole trajectory of when I picked up my family and came to Florida would be different. I landed in a master plan community. We love it. We love the miles and miles and miles of bike trails. We love the community centers. We love the pools. And we love the schools. With North River Ranch, they have a brand new high school. The elementary school is not old at all, but they're building a brand new middle school in the middle of the neighborhood. So between the schools, the infrastructure, the shopping, the hospital, the college, the amphitheater, the parks, what else is there? Obviously the cities, Sarasota, St. Pete, Tampa, MacDill Air Force Base. And to put the cherry on top, some of the best beaches in the world within a 45-minute striking distance. It's an amazing place. If you need help, by all means, text me, call me. I will help you. I'll personally go there and get anything you need to make it easier for you to understand. And if it's not for you, if Parrish isn't for you, you want to explore Lakewood Ranch, let's go. If you want to explore Fishhawk Ranch or Babcock Ranch down in Fort Myers, I'm game. All of these we've gotten to know. We've gotten to know with salespeople at the builders. We've gotten to know what builders do what. We got to better understand how they do things. And quite frankly, there is great builders and there are good builders in Parrish, Florida. I have not seen one bad builder. They're out there, but I haven't seen one bad one in Parrish. So between the active adult community of Del Webb, the master plan community of North River Ranch, and of course, Metro Place's newest lagoon called Sea Air, this is the hottest area around Tampa. Again, there's a lot to know. We're there every week, sometimes twice a week. So call me, text me, I'll get you any information you need to know. Thanks for tuning in.